Hello, let's look at lesson 813. We are going to continue our study of mean and median today. Our problem today involves a person named Ms. Ross, the school basketball coach, who wants to compare her team's scoring results from two games. The number of points scored by each player in each game is shown below. I've got game 1 and game 2. Anytime that I have a set of data, the first thing that I automatically think about doing is putting things in sequential order. And so I'm going to scan across here, and I see that 4 is my lowest number in this game. And then scanning across, the next smallest number is 8. And I've got 9. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 10s. And then I've got an 11 in the middle there. I've got 2 12s, another 12, and then I've got a 14. So that is my data for game 1 put in sequential order. The next thing that I'm going to do then is to move along to game 2, put this data in sequential order. Again, I have a number 4 to start my data. And then I go to 7. And after 7, we have 1, 2 8s. And we've got a 9. We have no 10, but we have 11. We have a 12, 1 13, and 2 14s. When I circle the data like this, it makes it easier for me to go back and look at it a little bit more clearly. If I cross it off like I cross that 8 off up here, it makes it harder for me to see what exact specific data I was working with. So now that we have that in order, I have some more questions for us to take a look at so we can analyze the data and see if I can figure out how to support this coach as she's trying to compare her team's scoring results. How many players are on the team? I'm going to count each of the data points because it says that the number of points scored by each player is shown below. So in this game, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 players. And my next question for analyzing this data is, what is the mean number of points per player for each game? And you all know that I, in previous videos, have shown you that I like to kind of combine numbers to make it a little bit easier for me to do the math. So I've got 16, these two make 20, these two make 25, and these two make 28. So over here, I'm going to write game 2, and I'm going to bring all of these numbers at the bottom over because I started doing the combining. 11, 16, 20, 25, and 28. Add those carefully, and I have 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for game 1, for game 2, I'm going to make sure that I remember, and that's why I labeled it here. Remember that I did my adding on the side. This team up here, we have 12, we have 19, we have 20, 23, and 26. You can add each one of these numbers separately in your calculator, I just, because I'm doing it without a calculator, I like to do some combining beforehand to make my problem a little bit more manageable for me. And then again, over on the side here, I'm going to do my game 1, and I'm going to bring these numbers, the 12, the 19, the 20, the 23, and the 26, and I'm going to add those up. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, look at that. They both have 100. So the mean number is where we take our total points equals 100, and then I divide it by the number of players or the number of data pieces that I have. And I go back to the original data pieces because even though I combined all these numbers here into these more easy to use numbers, I want to make sure I'm recording and accounting for all of the different pieces of data I started with. So 100 divided by 10 equals 10 points per player. And then for game 2, I have 100 divided by 10 also equals 10 points per player. So at this point, I would think that Ms. Ross has pretty consistent point gathering or scoring by her teams. Let's see if finding the median of number of points is going to help us be any different. I'm going to get my highlighter out and I'm going to cancel from each end. Oh, did I do the right ones? I absolutely did not. So I need to focus in on these. So I got this. And I have two numbers in the middle and they're both tens. So this is a reason why we need to slow down and be a little more accurate in our math. And another reason that we rearrange things, because if I did not rearrange things, I might think that my median is between 11 and 4, and that's not the case. So the median for the first set of data is 10 points. Let's see what happens for the second set of data. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing the ones that are in order this time. And look at that, I've got two numbers in the middle. When that happens, to find the median, what I do is I take those two numbers, 9 plus 11 equals 20, and I divide that in half because I have two numbers that I'm adding together. And so that equals 10 points. So based on the information that I have from Ms. Ross so far, it looks like the scoring results are pretty consistent. Let's take a look at a couple more questions. And one of the questions is, how else could we compare the data? I believe that one way we could do that is we could find the range. And if we do that, for those of you that are following along and taking notes, you know that the range would be 10 for each of them. So that's one thing we could do. We could make a histogram or a stem and leaf plot, like we did yesterday? And our last question, based on what we've discovered, is the scoring in the two games equivalent? And we would have to say, yes, it is.